What episode is it, Josh?
It is episode 14, Sierra Bailey. Who are you?
You just said it.
No, who are you now?
I'm still Sierra.
And what are you?
Vice President, Brand Marketing and Experience. Who are you?
I'm still Director of Entertainment. Entertainment Director.
But what's your name?
Oh, I'm Joshua Will.
See, yes, you are.
Yes. I've spent the day putting captions on my short film, and it has an auto generator, so it'll listen to the voices and then type out everything that they say, so you don't have to do it yourself. Every other person in the cast, perfectly verbatim. Me, it's like, my hamburger, it's like, do I really mumble that much?
Isn't it insane? Like, what you hear in your head is not what comes out?
No.
Because I feel like I murmur a little bit, or I'm like, my side comments, they really are side comments. And now I'm starting to realize that's why nobody's laughing, because they can't understand what I'm saying. Only I can hear it. I need to start being more expressive in my side comments. I
am kind of like that, but different in the fact that here's what I want to say, and here's what comes out.
I'm like that too.
Two different things.
Usually I get so ahead of myself in my brain that I'll always like take like a spoonerism, but on accident, but in word wise. So if I was going to say, I don't know, Space Jam has a home, it would come out as Space Home has a jam. Like, that's how my brain works all the time.
Negative nards.
Negative nards.
Welcome to Funny in Theory. This is episode 14, St. Paul Saints baseball podcast.
Yeah, let's talk baseball.
We are at that point of the season, at least for me, where it's 5 o'clock, 5:30, it starts getting dark, and I start playing that game of, if it were the regular season, we'd still have an hour to go, but it's dark right now.
You're talking about the outdoor seasons. We're in that season.
Yes.
Where it gets darker earlier.
Yeah, but also in the part of that off season, where I start really dreaming about in season.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we've had enough time off. It's time to be creative again. It's time to get back on the field again. We've had enough time. But also the weather's changing completely, and I'm like,
Your family's starting to annoy you, huh?
Oh, no.
Just kidding.
Maybe the other way around. So I texted you earlier this week. I forgot one job that I did in a previous life.
But actually in this life.
That actually really applies to what I want to talk about today.
Okay.
I mentioned before that many things that I did were to accommodate the family schedule, school schedule, me being able to be around the kids. Mr. Dad. So there was a couple of school years that I actually worked in a school cafeteria.
Okay.
So I could be around the kids, and that was one way.
Did you have to card the kids?
Yeah, they would have the little swipe things, but no beer. No, not until they're 16.
Why?
They had communion wine.
It's my job.
It's my job. And then that went on for 2 years. I got a job, and all of these jobs that I got, by the way, whether it was promotions, whether it was blah, 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 it's through other people. It's not like
what were the blah, 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 blah? All your fast food restaurants.
My fast food restaurants, when I worked every single promotion job, when I was telling you about being a bouncer, the school job, and the one I forgot was when I worked for a local gym, a health club, from the Twin Cities that may or may not have the name of a cable channel that runs holiday movies.
You know, I used to work there too.
What did you do there?
I was just front desk.
Okay.
For like one off season. I worked at one in Plymouth, and I was just front desk, and I worked part-time. So I think it was maybe 1 or 2 nights a week, and then all day on like Sundays or something.
Was it to pay for your membership?
I got a free membership. It was just to help. Back then, when I started off for the Saints, they had a new ballpark being built, and it's just say my salary wasn't as plentiful as it was when I was a bartender 5 times a week. So trying to just bring in some extra funds in the off season.
Yeah, mine was.
Unlike now, I'm just totally swimming in all the cash.
Swimming in cash. And
like, I don't even know what to do with it.
When you're like, why are you following so close, Josh? I'm like, you might drop some. Yeah, I might just quarter here or there, picking it up. No, I did mine for the family membership.
Okay.
And I worked childcare.
Okay. I've been not in a child one a lot because this was back in my life. I had a significant other who had 3 children. So when I would go work out, if it was my turn to like watch them, they'd come with and they'd go in the child center. Mm-hmm. And it was, I don't know, it seemed nice, maybe a little chaotic.
For me, it wasn't, it was fantastic. Oh, there's that word. Okay, episode's over. Went there. It was great for our schedule because
It's okay if you have words.
but I need new words
Why?
because I always say fantastic.
Then find a
great,
different word that means the same thing, but not a lot of other people say.
scrumptious.
That's what I give like advice to interns. Make yourself sound a little different. Like you might be a team player, but how else can you say it? Otherwise, it's just going to sound like everybody else.
I'm a team player. not the accent.
If an intern interview ever does that and just changes the way they say it, as in the accent,
I'm a team player?
no.
I'm a team player. I'm a team player.
You sound like you're like trying to audition for a part and you're looking in a mirror right now to figure out what vernacular you want to use to get the part.
I'm a team player. Yeah.
You're hired.
Fantastic.
What? You seriously? Okay, fantastic. I need a shock collar on you.
The, 2 boys were in school, and I still had my youngest daughter, so she could go with me to work to this place.
Dude, great job then.
And in theory,
Which one did you work
great
at? Highland Park?
Highland Park.
Okay. Did
Where
you ever see Sego there before?
Where I would always see this weird Japanese guy with a big cowboy hat. Like I see him everywhere, whether I'm running, whether
Would
I'm
you
in a
wear
race.
that just there?
He had his outfit coming in, and then he would change, and I would see, and I knew who he was, and then he was just.
What is it? Would it be before or after a game?
That I don't know. A lot of
I didn't know he would wear that outside, the cowboy hat outside of here.
No, I've seen that pre-game. I'm not pre-game, but pre-race. So whether there were 5Ks or 10Ks going around. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Huh? I didn't know that.
So so I saw Sego there well before I knew who Sego was.
Okay.
And so I worked in childcare, and I was only there 2 days a week, so my daughter could come with me, and then it turned into one of those things where I realized a lot of the moms were dropping the kids off but not working out. They would go upstairs to the cafe. They would go across the street to the Lunds, and it's like, whatever, it's fine.
They're still paying for that service.
And then I started to get to know the people I worked with, which is always a bad idea because then they would call me up like, hey, Josh, this Friday I can't work. I'm wondering if you can pick up my shift. I'm like, no, I work Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's pretty much it. That's going to be my schedule. Well, if you pick this one, I can do 2 for you. I'm like, this isn't negotiable. I can't do that. But the final, and then we had to go through Red Cross training, which seems great, except it was all online. So it was one of those things where you would click a video, walk away for 15 minutes, come back, answer the question, go away for 15 minutes. And we had to do that for 2 weeks straight. And I was just like, I'm by this point, I can't stand kids. I don't want to do kids Zumba anymore.
Okay.
You know, I've got my degree and I've got my awards. I'm just like, and then one day, a little boy goes into the women's bathroom. And I'm like, hey, buddy, let's go over here and let's go to and I put him into the boys' bathroom. And an hour later, mom comes in and she is just fuming at me. I'm like, what? She's like, he has never been in a boys' bathroom alone before. He's always gone with me into the women's, and he's been really...
Why didn't she say that when she dropped him off?
And I said to you, why didn't you tell me this while you dropped him off? And she goes, here's the thing. When we drop people, my kids off, we expect you to take care of them and to get to know them. I would like you to sit down and have a dialogue with my son. Kid's 3 years old. I'm like, I'm not having a dialogue with your son. And that was kind of my last day.
Okay. And you lasted how long there?
It was 6 months.
Good for you.
Yeah, because I wanted to work out. And guess how many times I worked out once I started working there?
3 times.
Yeah, basically. Because you get done with a shift, I'm like, I'm going to work out. No, I'm not. I'm going home and I'm going to drink during the day is what I'm going to do. So that brings me to fan relations.
Oh, okay.
And how the things we want to say to fans, the things we have said to fans. Wondering if there's any just memorable moments that we can say. Because some of them have really, we have dealt with this behind the scenes. How do we deal with an unruly fan? How do we deal with a rude fan? How do we deal with fans who just, again, going back a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, we're having fun, but that doesn't allow you to make fun of us.
Right.
And getting that point across. And the very first season that I worked here with you, as opposed to the first season I worked here without you, was...
Which is next year? I don't know.
And the...
Just kidding.
When people throw out the last pitch,
Ceremonial last pitch.
but don't understand that it's a ceremonial last pitch and it doesn't happen in the 8th inning or the beginning of the 9th inning or even the very last pitch of the game. Like we can guarantee that you're going to throw a strike. Yeah, we know that. So do you remember the story I'm about to?
I remember parts of it. Did I kick him out?
You got in his face, and I have never seen anyone move so fast. Professional boxers, race car drivers, you were in this dude's face so fast from the promo table all the way around the corner.
Why? He was being rude. I know that.
He was drunk. He was belligerent. Didn't understand why he couldn't go out on the field and throw the last pitch. It was the 8th inning.
Yeah.
And then when he threw the beer.
Oh, yeah.
And it hit the net.
It went over. It went all over somebody, didn't it?
It went all
splash on people.
Yeah. So we had a bunch
Maybe
of people
that's
standing
why.
there. I don't know if it got on George or not, but I'm sure he got
Maybe
some
that's when I
residual.
was like, all right, bucko.
I blinked and you were here to hear in his face. I was like, dang. And that was fantastic.
Because usually when people are like that, I just like go away from them. So I don't. I'm let them have their fun, whatever. But there's a point. The fun turns into just straight up rude and not fun at all. I don't know. There's a line between being loud and maybe heckling a little bit and just like throwing some jabs here and there. Like, I should go out there right now. Like I could pitch better than the Saints pitcher. Like, buddy, I'm sure you could. But then there's a point where you just get rude. We have a lot of that. Like some people don't know their liquor tolerance very well, or they just don't care.
Or do you find days of the week or that are...
Thursdays are pretty difficult.
Or Thirsty Thursdays?
Yeah, because maybe it's because it's not like this really matters, but sometimes it does. A little bit younger of a crowd that comes out for the dollar beers, and they're a little bit more vocal. They're not just like the fun, easy going, like, I want to have a beer and watch some baseball and hey, I might have 8 beers and that's okay, but I'm just going to sit here.
I'm going to call in sick tomorrow.
Yeah. And then there's the young, like, spring break. I don't know if people think of this place as spring break, but they should.
Have you ever noticed, for me, day games seem to be where people's, not tolerance, but just...
Because they're not drinking.
They're not, their patience is like a lot less than a normal night game. It's just like, we're outside in the sun. It's been going on for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Finish the game.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
You guys can go.
Yeah.
We're still going to play without you.
I know. It's a different crowd that come to day games, though, I feel like.
So do you feel that between midway, our first 5 seasons, 6 seasons here, and then us becoming a AAA affiliate have changed any of the crowds? How they treat us?
The only thing that's changed is that we actually, not that we didn't have baseball fans before, but we now have more of them, ones that actually care about the Twins, minor league players and seeing them come up through the system. But I still think overall our fan base has always been all different types of people. Yeah. Which is kind of fun.
I always found the autograph hounds in past seasons where they were weirdly dedicated to the point that they knew their stuff and they had their school binders and they were ready to go.
My favorite, the guy this year who had my big activity book was where he gets all of his autographs. A little kid's big activity book. And he carries it around proudly.
But someone comes, boom, he knows what page he's on. He's done his homework and stuff like that. And that's what I found about the people, the hounds this year, is that they're almost relentless in the fact that they wait outside the players' gates. They play outside the
parking lot.
And I don't recall seeing that as much before. In terms
I don't get autographs. I don't get the lure. Is that weird? Like, why do I care how you sign your name and then I get a piece of paper with it on it? What does that mean? Doesn't mean anything.
I think if you're working with someone or if you have a relationship, I think it's kind of neat to say, hey, this is kind of a memento I have. But to search somebody out, it's a hobby.
And I also feel awkward. I don't know. If I were to ask somebody for their autograph, I'd feel stupid. But that's just like my personality, though. I don't like to cold call and sell things on people because then I just feel stupid. I'm like, they'll come to me if they want it. As in, like, an athlete will come to me if he wants me to have their autograph.
Wait, hold on. Time out. Sierra!
You want this?
You want this?
Sure.
It'd be funny if you're
Thanks, Derek Jeter.
like, it'd be better if you're just like, nah,
I'm good.
I'm good. And probably the same reason I've never like just asked anyone out on a whim, never went up to anyone at a bar. I don't want to go up to someone.
Ooh, we got a phone call.
Big Jim Robinson. I don't want
How big is he?
It's a lot taller than I am.
Well, come on.
He has a whole theme song. Jim Robinson, man of the river. Jim Robinson, he lives underground. Jim Robinson, if you
Is that the same one?
Same one, yeah. We wrote a whole song called Big Jim Robinson.
Who's we? You and him after a night of 10 hams?
He doesn't drink, actually. He's been my writing partner since Dudley Riggs, so I've known him since 96, 97. So anyway, fear of rejection. I've told you my Kirby Puckett story.
Have you?
I don't know. I'll tell you right now. We were out in the Twins parking lot at Metrodome.
Okay.
And he came out, and he was with his wife, and we were just happening to be walking through, and he's going to his car. And so we were standing right there. And before he got into it, I'm like, Mr. Puckett, can you get your autograph? And he goes, no. He got in his car.
All right, thanks. Yeah,
Dang.
bye. Nice job out there, bud.
But I have a story 20-something years later.
Hey, you got to like put yourself in their shoes. I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, here's a little kid who really wants my autograph, and he's been standing outside in the sun.
Oh, were you a kid at the time?
Yeah. This would be 87, 88, so I would have been a teenager.
Did they just win? Oh, you don't remember the years?
Not remember the years.
Okay,
There, so.
well, sorry.
So I know it was pre-college. So
Okay.
That would have been 90.
Okay,
So yeah,
great.
a kid.
Yeah.
A little shorter
He'd
than I
won
am
a
now.
World Series then. He does that weighs his finger down to sign.
What was really odd is when he said no, he looked across the parking lot and was like, hey, Sierra. And
Yeah, because he saw my mom holding me as a baby and was like, that's a cute baby. Hey, you should name her Sierra. It is Sierra? Wow. She deserves my autograph. Yeah.
then he gave me the finger, got in the car, and drove off. So it's my Kirby Puckett story.
I whispered at him to do that. I just knew.
Just knew.
Full circle.
There we go. We come back to it. So going back to fans, looking for any type of stories back at Midway. We were a little more interactive with fans back then. We were talking about last week about how we can be on top of the dugout and we can do stuff going onto the field. The PAs seem to be a little more interactive with the fans.
I know. I'm trying to think of specific stories. Do you have any to kick it off?
We've already told them. We had that one that kind of set us off earlier this year. Like, I just come to a baseball game to watch baseball. I don't need all this other stuff.
I mean, I'm sure we interact with fans all night long. Are you kidding me? Like, I love how you're like, we told the story already. Stories of what, 1,000 that we have each night?
Or when the game's over, can you open the gate? My friends and I have a bachelor party right now. We want to take a picture on the field. Well, we got food trucks coming on, so we got to let those. But can I do that before then? No, I'm telling you, we have food trucks going on right now. Once it's open, the field's open. You guys can go out there. I know, but the food truck's going to be on there, and we were wondering if we can get on the field. No, what part of?
I know. Dang.
And then they went to Eddie, fan services, and asked him the same question, and he gave the same answer. You know, just
people think they're special.
Did you ever end up getting one of the large baseball
beer bats?
Beer bats this
No.
year? No, neither did I. I just thought about that now for the first time.
I know. We kept saying we were going to, and then we didn't.
I used to be one of those fans, like for the kids, when people would leave, I'd look and see if someone left a ice cream helmet dish, go home, wash it off and stuff like that. So
Okay.
Never did that this year for a bat. I wonder if anyone just left any behind.
I don't know. I didn't see any, but I also didn't go through the stands after
No.
games.
First year I used to do that for wallet change. Now I just follow you around in case change falls out.
100% all the time. Loose pockets over here.
You have been busy this week. I am changing subjects 180
Are you?
degrees.
I feel like we will have a ton of fan ones, but it's catching me off guard right now.
They'll come as we talk about stuff. But you guys have been talking about, you have a ton of meetings today. This whole week's been crazy. Can you kind of talk about what's going on behind the scenes here?
Lots and lots of hiring. That's what's going on.
When? Okay, I've asked this before, but have you set a date on when you're going to send stuff out for interns?
Next Monday, November 8th. So when this drops, the internships went live 2 days ago.
2 days ago, correct. Okay, and other hires. What are you?
We are hiring a digital media and video production coordinator, a ticket coordinator, probably another ticket salesperson as well. We have another person moving on to other things. I don't want to say bigger and better because I like the Saints, but also it's cool because it's one of our partners that he's going to. He's going to Twin Cities Orthopedics, big partner of the Saints, so it's awesome. A special events manager for CHS Field. So all of the things that happen at this ballpark that do not have to do with Saints games. So amateur games, high school state baseball, cat video festival, movie nights, weddings, bar mitzvahs, meetings, you name it. We're hiring for that.
Are there any winter events going on this year?
Nothing outside, no.
Okay.
No slide, no rink. I think that's it right now. But then also all the internship interviews, and we'll see. There's a couple other that I think we might be hiring for, but I haven't gotten the approval yet, nor have I started writing what the job description would be. So
very cool.
Lots of stuff. And then add on top the normal off-season duties of not hiring new employees, promo schedule, giveaways, working with partners on theme nights, between inning promotions. I'm already trying so hard. Zane met with Sun Country yesterday, and I was like, and they want to be done with Get to Going? He goes, no, they're keeping Get to Go. And I go, okay, fine, we can keep that saying, but can we do a different promotion? Because the planes are no longer a thing in America or China or anywhere. These planes don't exist anymore. So I've been trying to figure out different things. I'm stuck on right now, and I've Googled 97 different searches on how to get this done. I want to dress a person up as like a human airplane where they have wings on their arms, and they have to do just like a running jump on a trampoline or something and hoist their body on a Velcro wall.
Yes. Have you seen?
I think it'd be so funny.
I think it's called the Red Bull flu tag or something. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah.
So something like that, but then they have to just stick to a wall, David Letterman style.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's just something. Or I've thought of so many different things that we can try and do for Sun Country, but not a lot of them are very easy. I've wanted a zip line in this ballpark for 5 years now. I don't know how we would do it, but I would love it. And if we had a zip line, dress somebody up like an airplane, and they just go. And on the way, maybe we throw stuff at them. Maybe their partner on the field has to try and throw stuff, and they have to catch it. If they do, then they win a prize. Like, I don't know, just different, something different. I want to switch that one up, and I want to switch human bowling up.
Yeah, the visual of a plane like that would be
hilarious.
Yeah, it really
and different.
Would. And here's the thing about the Get to Going. When the planes work, and I don't think we've had a good one. I mean, a really good one.
Probably
for a couple
like
years.
2 or 3 years.
We've been chasing that high, to use an analogy there. I mean, just
yeah.
And every time you get done, you're like, that happened. Which is what you want with a promotion. And bowling's fun to watch, but
I've just seen it for 7 years now. I'm over it.
I was about to say, but you've seen 350, 400 times now.
Yeah. And it's the same thing, because it'd be better if the pins could stand up on their own.
Have you ever had anyone purposely miss them?
I think so. Probably.
Think they're funny?
Yeah. I just walk away.
Okay, so, and just going back about why there's so many new hires, at the end of the season, we actually do a Hunger Games type thing where the staff takes on the staff. The winners obviously get to keep their jobs. The losers, some get relocated, others are just dead. So
I know. I think I surprised some people that I'm still alive and kicking.
You're kind of feisty out there.
I know.
You're kind of Squid Game it, where you.
I've never seen it still. I don't want to.
I watched the whole thing and I got done with it, and I was like, that's how you ended it?
Really? Was it a bad ending?
It was a fine ending. I just don't want.
Fine.
I don't want anything that sets up next season. If there's going to be a next season,
Is there going to be a next season?
It could be the way they set it up. Now I'm jerking because I'm
You
so.
are jerking.
Yeah. No.
That's,
It was just like, oh, okay,
okay. Clap.
clap. Yeah.
On to the next.
Yeah. So anyway,
Anything you can take from that show for us to do here?
well, there's red light, green light.
Oh, okay.
I mean, could you imagine the world's largest game of red light, green light without shooting the people that get
we
caught?
did that in a game, remember, this year?
Did we?
Yeah, why? We had somebody...
Oh, yeah, we did that with the Ushertainers, and then
I don't remember what the theme was.
It was okay. And then there's one of the games is I don't know what they call it, but it's a honey wax. They pour honey, so it's like a square of honey, so it gets hard.
Okay.
And then a shape is printed into it, so it's like a ball or a circle, a triangle, a square, and an umbrella. And it's their job to tap out the shape without breaking the wax. So you have to be able to punch out.
Okay.
And it's apparently a game over in Korea. And Dalgona is
that the game?
Is the name of the game.
And then what happens if you don't do it? Do you die?
You die. You get shot.
Why?
And they played marbles, because the whole point of the show is these people are down on their luck. What are they willing to do to win money to get back on it? So, and then one was a tug of war, which was you'd have two teams and one would pull the other off a cliff. Huh. So I eventually, after the second episode, told my 10-year-old daughter she couldn't watch this anymore.
I don't think so. I don't even, no.
So,
I've been,
so no Squid Game theme next year?
No. But we could come up with like a play on words though. Something that sounds like Squid Game, but then it's just like Squirt Game. I don't know. Something similar, but you don't die.
Or you don't die.
Clearly, but it'd have to be funny.
We're not going to come up with it this episode.
No.
Okay. I think we could have some fun with that, though.
Maybe.
It's also one of those, wouldn't it be fantastic to get 20 people out on the field? Fantastic to get 20 people out on the field for a promo to do something like that really quick and then get them all off?
No. That sounds like torture.
In theory, I think it would be great. Here's red light, green light, and everyone off. But it would never work.
You know what would be the best part is if we throw 20 people on the field and then me and you have 90 seconds to herd them off the field like sheepdogs.
We got a bag full of cats here. Yeah. We got Chef that has a fishing net.
Gosh.
Oh, by the way, I wrote the Chef the other day. He heard about promotions and he wanted to say congratulations to everyone. But he really wanted a promotion and he wanted to become general manager of pie, nacho cheese, and tomato sauce.
Okay.
I just said I'd mention it. I'm just throwing that out there.
That kind of sounds like when LeBron tried to trademark Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, it's just not.
I don't know if that's a thing.
Again, it's my job to bring these messages to people like you, vice presidents, and then come back and said, yeah, they should know. Oops, sorry.
What minute mark are we at, Joey? Remember that when you can change it to ready, fudge.
Fudge. like when I spilled coffee on fudge. Nope, straight up fudge.
For sure.
Oh, goodness gracious. I had to take an Uber while I was over in Scotland, and I got into...
Did it cost 2p?
It cost 2p. And he asked me if I watched the India versus Pakistan game. And I said, no. What are we?
Football?
Cricket.
Oh.
And I said, I really, he goes, no, we're voting for Pakistan. I said, okay. But he's got a really, really heavy Pakistani accent. And went on to talk about how they won by 3 wickets. And the only thing I know about cricket is you can play the game for 3 days in a row and still end in a tie. which would drive me up the wall. And he kept talking about it and asking me questions about it and talking about the teams and the trades and the management. And the whole time I just didn't, I don't know what you're I'm not, just bring me home, really. And then, what do you do? I work for an American baseball team. Oh, I don't get that stuff. And he goes back to talking about just, good God.
Oh, I don't get that stuff. Me neither.
Me neither. It involves hitting a ball with a bat. Well, so's cricket. Okay, we're done talking.
Yeah, but your bat's flat.
Your bat's flat.
Right?
It is. And you have a wicket and you have a ball. And you try to hit the wicket, but then the ball can fly in whatever direction you want. But sometimes you want to catch the ball before it hits the ground. Other times you want to let it land. It's a stupid, stupid game. Anyone out there who plays cricket, I gotta take you on right now.
Dang.
Josh
is the sassy one this epi.
I don't understand the game at all.
What wound you up today? What wound you up today?
The fact that I was so excited. I'm like, we said it was 10:30. That was last week's text. Dang nabbit. And I didn't write dang nabbit.
You should have.
I wrote. No, you know me. I hate when I let people down or I mess up very simple things. And I know you guys are busy. So on behalf of Joshua Will, Director of Entertainment, I'd like to say sorry to Sierra Bailey, Joey Skare. I messed up.
Skare.
Skare?
Skare.
Skare?
Skare?
Like Richard Skare?
She's dying right now.
Skare? I don't think I've ever heard your name pronounced before. Is it Joey? Are you a he? We went through that last week too. This is Joey Skare.
Okay. Is that French?
Skare. It is. For producer.
Producer. Nice. Oh, man. I don't know. I wish we had more fans. I know I have fan stories. I just would need to think of them. They're not necessarily good ones, though.
I thought about giving you a heads up today.
Maybe should have.
But I was thinking, I don't have any fan stories. I mean, if I close my eyes, it's like a big jumble of like, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's people asking me, where's the nearest food thing? How can I get a free t-shirt? Can you get me an autograph? I mean, the things that we make fun of all the time.
Yeah. I had a group once that purchased a promo. I don't even remember really what went on, but his name was Lou. And Lou purchased the tire race for his youth kids. And Lou wanted to go out to left field with them for the start of it. So sure, Lou is not a spry guy. Let's just say that. He eventually walked his way over, even though the promotion that he started and was almost like ending. He thought it would be a great idea that he was just going to go in the visitors team dugout. Just talk with them while the promotion's going on, hang out, see what's going on. And then everyone's screaming at Lou to get over here. You can't be there. And the whole time he was just like, why not? Like I'm not kidding. He was very oblivious to the fact that was not okay. You're not allowed to do that. And the game was delayed because it took him forever to get back to behind home plate. Okay,
so maybe an unanswerable question. Was he oblivious in the fact that, I'm out down here, so I might as well just go talk to him? Or because he purchased a...
No, I think a little of the age factor, a little of the personality factor. Something wasn't right. And then probably a little bit of, well, this is the Saints. You guys do weird stuff all the time. So, like, what's the big deal if I just go say hi? Like, you guys are very, like, loose on this stuff. This was what, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, something like that. But I think it was a combination of those three that you guys don't take your job seriously. Like, this is all for fun. So...
a lot of times I'll get someone's like, hey, this group here is with Mackenzie Construction. Okay, can you give us a shout out? I'll see what I can do. Also let them know that we're hiring on Monday. So if they want to visit the website, www.mackenzieconstruction.com/careers. Like I can't get in there. And if I do, it's going to come out like this. Hey, how's it going to Get out the field.
Need a job? Section 116, go.
Hey, I know that we're supposed to go over there to sign up for birthday wishes, but can you just take it and bring it over there? No.
Yeah. Some people, I feel like for fan relations, well, of course we get our fair share of people like being contestants, but man, fan services, they get a heap of people like every game that are upset about something that does not even have to do with anything about Saints, baseball,
I would
ballpark.
like you to have a conversation with a dialogue with my son about the bathrooms that are here at CHS Field. No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk to you, son. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's very odd. Every time I go over there, Eddie has the patience of a saint.
Yeah, and so does the fan services intern. Usually they're the ones that have to take the brunt of it. Maybe that's on purpose. So they can just be like, I'm just an intern. I don't know. I don't know.
This year, John was great because John was a tall guy, and he would just sit there and stand there and just kind of look down on people like,
Yeah.
you done?
Yeah.
Here's your pen.
Seriously. Oh, so many people. I think someone was upset about us being a cashless ballpark or attempting to be this summer. And I think he just kept calling how it was just taking away his rights. And he was so upset just that even at baseball games, you're taking away my rights. Here's the thing. We're trying to be cashless, but if you have cash, you can go to fan services and trade it in for Saints bucks, which are the same thing as dollars. That way this concession stands can't accept them and not accept your cash. It's the same thing, but we take away people's rights. And that
Saints
sometimes
baseball
makes it hard to sleep at night.
Things like that do keep me up. It's just like, okay,
I really need to take an
Right.
inner look inside. I don't want to take away your rights.
You know, when I come to a baseball game, I just want to see a baseball game, and I want to buy things with money.
I've had this wasn't necessarily like a bad complaint, but it's the first time I've ever heard this, and you'll probably get a kick out of this too. I have a season ticket holder. Nice man. But he went to a couple games in the beginning of the season and brought his son to one of them. Apparently, his son used to work in ticket sales for the Twins. I don't know. I've never heard of him. Well, whatever. And he said that my seats are awful. Mind you, this guy's seats were like along the third baseline, maybe like fifth row, and great seats. In any other person's mind, great seats. They were bad in his mind and his son's mind because the net was in their way of seeing the game. The net. No one has ever complained about the net being there because they know how bad foul balls can zoom into, existence. So he's like, I want to be far past the net. So he wanted to get further away from home plate so he didn't have to look through a net to watch the game. And I've never heard someone say that before, that they thought better seats were further away and further up. I've just never heard that before. So we hear so many different things, but I've never heard somebody that the net was making their view of the game blurry.
You got to do that bifocal vision here. You got to look beyond that. And if you grew up in Minnesota, particularly in the 80s and the early 90s, and you went to Metrodome, you sat with your body in straight forward with your head either cocked all the way to the right or all the way to the left.
That's so true.
So there's not a bad seat at CHS
no, I know.
compared to that.
And again, he's a very nice guy. He was so thankful that we accommodated him and, switched his seats. It was just, it was one of those, sometimes you get emails, well, not sometimes, a lot of times you get emails from people being keyboard warriors that are just being mean or whatever, or saying that we're taking away people's rights. I don't know. That you got to take a second, and I'm like, I can't respond right now. Otherwise, I'm going to angry respond. So I'm just going to give it a day. That was one of them. I was like, I'm going to let this sit here because I wasn't going to angry respond, but I just couldn't wrap my head around how the net was getting in his way. Like, I understand you have to look through a net, but 99.999% of the time, people are happy that net is there because then they can look away for a second and not be scared that a ball's going to come zap them in the back of the head.
Yeah.
So
I've had people complain about the entertainers in front of them. I get that for a little bit.
Yeah.
But the whole, the grass is too green, the sky is too blue, the air is too fresh. Rah, rah, rah. And Sarah and I mentioned this last week. We're having fun kind of picking on stuff because that's where we find the comedy. I would say 95% of what we do with fans and everything like that is actually a good experience.
We like to make memes for people, but I guess the fans don't understand that they're actually making memes for us.
But there's not much things greater than giving a ball to a small kid, or
Yeah.
in my case, giving it to a kid that doesn't want it, and then the adult making fun of me for it. Or still, I'm going to bring up that fact that a Saints player gave my son a bat. Don't know who it is. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just the memories that are made of the game. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what I always walk away with. And now that it's early part of November and it's going to start getting dark at 4:30.
I know, because it's daylight savings time this weekend. I'm okay with it, though. Here's the thing. I hate that it gets darker earlier, but B-U-T-T. I hate that it's pitch black in the morning until like 7:30 because I get up early, I walk the dog, we work out, we walk again, like all of this. And it's just like, I don't expect it to be like the sun coming up at like 5:30 in the morning, but it'd be nice if by like 7 it was up. And so it's just, I don't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like the whole.
I can't stand it right now. So I'm okay with, it's already getting dark at 6:30, so might as well make it 5. I don't know.
I'm really good at when the sun starts rising in the morning, my body starts kind of adjusting. So when my alarm goes off.
Do you want a sun one? I do so bad. A sun alarm where it's just like for like a half hour leading up to it, it just gets brighter and brighter. And
I feel I'm
and then you
more
wake up
awake as opposed to, oh God, whoa, God, reality. Yeah, I'm up. And so the darkness right now is kind of driving me nuts. Not today, but
maybe we should get one of those for the set, and then we know when we're done. When it's like fully lit.
We go the opposite way. Just
we can expense it then. That'd be great. I would love that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We can do that. I want to start talking about off-season training. Not today.
Okay, I was going to say.
I don't think we have time.
You have a couple of minutes.
But
because we have a meeting at 3:00.
We have a meeting at 3:00. I've already lost my season legs.
Okay.
And since I don't do what I used to do, I don't.
What kind of seasoning did you put on them?
It was just salt. Just chicken broth and salt. Chicken broth and salt.
Yuck.
Nope. This year, I remember trying to get up to speed. That first week, I was having leg spasms, like couldn't sleep at night. I'm not doing that. I'm going to be game ready well before the end of next season. And
do you say that every year?
Yes, but I do that 2 weeks before. We're gonna start this, and we're gonna track our progress or my progress as the podcasts go on. That way, I can be held accountable. So really, I'm just turning this podcast into me.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Our meeting just got pushed back to 3:30 as we speak.
I think we're done here. Do you have anything else? Anything?
No. I'll try and think of fan stuff.
This was episode.
What should we talk about next week?
Oh, I've got an idea, but I have to flesh it out first. So.
In the bidet.
Did
you say flush or flesh?
Flesh it.
Is it fleshed?
Flesh it out. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that should be a day. Sayings that came from nowhere, like piping hot.
I'd love to do that. I do want to play a whole thing of Would You Rather. I think that would be a good episode.
Okay.
Verbal Would You Rather. No more food.
This week we're gonna film. Joey and Allie are putting it on because we always do a video for group on sale date, just to kind of make some content, but also let people know, hey, groups are on sale now. Like, and usually it's some sort of game that the staff does or something to be somewhat entertaining for people to watch. Whatever. Mm-hmm. This one. I don't even know if we've finally, Joey, have we landed on a name? We've come up with a few. You just thought of it. Eat Your Words. Eat Your Words is what we're going to call it. It's a play off of a night show host, night host show, whatever. I'm not going to say
a late night show?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Spill your guts or fill your guts. So it's going to be questions that you have to answer. And if you don't answer it, you got to eat something gross.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
So we're going to do that this Friday.
Any questions about Winnebagos?
No. But I think there's like random questions of someone on the staff if you didn't want to be on an island with, or read your last text message.
Ooh.
Or show us your dating profile. I don't know.
Did you see the beers that I sent you?
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, Squid Ink beer.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
We're not trying it.
No.
Don't buy it.
I think we've that shark has been jumped. We're done with
Squids.
squids.
Good.
Yeah.
Squid A, mate.
Squid. Hey, mate. Bidet, mate.
I'll go.
You go.
I'm Hugo. I'm Sierra.
I'm Josh, and if you enjoyed today's episode, please tell your friends and subscribe. Visit us at #FunnyInTheory.
You don't have to @ hashtag.
Oh, God. Did I say that?
Yes. @ Funny in Theory, 3 N's, or # Funny in Theory, 2 N's, or Josh or J Will at funnyintheory1n.com.
It's just a picture of me staring at you.
Funny in Theory.
I'm an English minor, for Christ's sake.
I know, and every day you make me question why I didn't become one too, because it's so easy.
I didn't know what I wanted to be in college. 25 years ago.
Great. Okay, bye.
Bye.
It's not strange for things to rearrange. No one to blame. It's all for the fun of the game.